Hello, my name is Alan, and my friend is George. Today it is time to learn about the challenges for the planet.
Number 1. Why has temperature changed in the last 10,000 years?
Well, the temperature has been rising due to human activity, but there are other reasons for this. One of this is called the Milankovitch mechanism. The Earth wobbles on its axis and its orbital geometry also varies.
This changes the amount of energy received by the Sun by positive or negative 1%, which can change global temperatures. Some people believe that this was the cause of ice ages in the past.
Number 2. The Sun emits variable amounts of solar energy. Combined with the Milankovitch mechanism, this can either cool or heat up the Earth. But they can also cancel each other out.
Number 3. Catastrophic events. One example of this are volcanic eruptions. When volcanoes erupt, they emit gases into the atmosphere, which can block out incoming radiation from the Sun and reduce temperatures. Alan, I think it is time for a case study.
Okay, George. The case study is the Laki volcano eruption. Iceland, 1783, the volcano on Laki mountain erupted. 27 kilometers of volcanic vents poured liquid rock for 8 months. It produced a lava flow of 13 cubic kilometers over 500 square kilometers of southern Iceland.
The eruption produced a dense fog, so the inhabitants couldn't see the Sun for weeks. What are the effects of the eruption, Alan?
Well, the eruption killed vegetation, which killed many of the animals on the island as a result. Many inhabitants relied on meat, therefore, a third of the population died due to famine.
Areas away from Iceland also suffered the effects of the eruption, as the gases blocked solar radiation and reduced global temperatures. Now, let's move on to part 2, current climate change.
Current climate change. Human activity has changed the fate of the Earth, as our activities change the climate for the worse. First, we need to learn about some of the greenhouse gases, which are water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide and CFCs, which are chlorofluorocarbons. These occur naturally, but in recent years, more of these gases are being emitted into the atmosphere.
Methane is 24 times more potent than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas. The levels have increased due to an increased demand for livestock. More meat is being demanded, and as a result more animals such as cows and sheep are being reared. Methane comes from a digestion process, from their excrement.
Carbon dioxide is emitted from cars as a byproduct of combustion. The levels have also increased as more cars are being produced and the price of cars are going down. One example is the Tata Nano, which is priced at £1,500.
Some of the impacts of global warming are that food production is being hampered, as the weather is destroying wheat crops. Currently, we only have 40 days of food storage for the whole world.
In addition, this has also changed patterns of disease. Italy had eradicated malaria in the 1970s, but it has come back to haunt them.
Third impact, the climate change has melted ice caps, so the sea levels has risen exponentially. Experts believe that at our current consumption, by the year 2100, the sea levels would have risen by 100 centimeters. Now get ready for topic 3, sustainability.
Sustainable development is development that tries to meet the needs of people without compromising resources for future generations. Time for a case study, George.
Case study 1, Interface Incorporated. Interface Inc. is a manufacturer of commercial carpets. They decided to have a sustainability plan. They pledged to eliminate waste in every area of business, getting rid of toxic substances for products, vehicles and facilities.
In addition, they also pledged to use renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, biomass.
Case study 2, Unilever. One of its branches is Unilever Tea Kenya. They adopted a new sustainable policy to use wood from trees as a fuel.
Policy 1. They increased the tree density and introduced capping to increase wood supply by 15%. Policy 2. They improved wood burning techniques to dry out for the wood for longer. With more efficient boilers, they said that this would reduce fuel consumption by 25%. Time for topic 4, urban transport.
Urban transport. Many countries are now pushing people to take public transport instead of private transport. Many advantages of public transport are that it's less emissions produced per passenger and it is cheaper. If planned well, it is more convenient than private transport. Some places are putting charges on private transport. Time for some case studies.
Say no more. Case study 1, London. London introduced congestion charging. It is based on the idea that if drivers enter certain parts of the city, they have to pay a daily charge. These are the effects.
Before charging, there were 334,000 vehicles entering the central zone. After, 70,000 fewer vehicles entered, a drop of 21%. In the western extension, there was a drop of 25%.
Case study 2, Curitiba is a city in Brazil. The transport has been planned very well, and as a result it is convenient. They use accordion buses that can hold more than 100 people, so there are less emissions per person. Next, these are very convenient as people can catch a bus every 90 seconds. Third, people pay before they even enter the bus, so this reduces travel times dramatically. This is the result after careful planning. Finally, let's go to topic 5, resource extraction.
Topic 5, resource extraction. In rainforests, there are many areas of interest to multinational companies, as there are several reserves of resources that they want to extract. The rainforest is home to many tribes, who have lived sustainably here without destroying the environment. But rainforest environments are fragile. If you destroy the vegetation, the soil becomes useless and infertile.
Case study, Ecuador. The El Orient is a region east of the Andes. Texaco was a corporation that came here to extract oil. The first barrels were extracted in 1972, and the company kept extracting oil till 1992. As a result, there have been adverse effects.
Oil eruptions discharged 4.3 million gallons of toxic waste into the environment each day. Next, toxic contaminants in the water were 1,000 times the limit for safe drinking water according to the Environmental Protection Agency. Third, many trees were being logged and chopped down in order to create areas of farming and roads for transporting oil. Finally, there were increased reports of illnesses directly related to the incident.
As a result, Texaco decided to give $160 million to help clean up the environment, but the Sequoia tribe needs about $1 billion to clean up the toxic waste pits.
Other places have decided to manage the rainforest in order to prevent resource extraction without damaging the environment. They use carbon credits, where the company can produce only a certain amount of gases or pay a heavy fine. This means that the locals can gain money from this. Another company, a Swiss company, surveyed Madagascar for fragrances for their perfumes. The profits were shared between the locals and the company.
This is the end of the revision topic. Thank you. Now let's party.